You can't starve yourself and then live off of that forever. It's impossible and it's dangerous. Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about how to lose weight. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of people this is a really kind of touchy subject, because I know people that have been trying so hard to lose weight for so long and nothing ever works permanently. Sometimes people go on these diets that make them lose short-term weight. And while short-term weight loss is great, most people would rather see weight loss long-term. So I'm going to talk about long-term weight loss today, and hopefully you enjoy. So my number one thing for losing weight long-term is to stop dieting. I literally cannot tell you how many diets I've been on and how maybe I see some progress, but dieting doesn't work unless it's a long-term thing. You cannot go on a diet and then lose weight and then go back to eating crap and then thinking that the weight is going to stay off, because it's not. You have to change your lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle altogether, or you're never going to lose weight long term. So the next thing I think people should do to lose weight is to stop calorie restricting and stop starving yourself. Because people go on these fad diets, like low carb diets, high protein, high fat diets, the Atkins diet, all of these diets, and they're starving themselves. Of course, if you eat a bunch of shit and then you starve yourself, it's going to even out. And if you do extreme exercise, but that's an eating disorder. That's not a healthy way to live. It's an eating disorder, and people get the two mixed up and they think, wow, I'm seeing a lot of progress, but that isn't sustainable for your body long term. You can't starve yourself and expect your body to live off of that for the rest of its life. It's just not possible, and it's just not sustainable to starve yourself long term. No offense, but you just can't do it. My next tip is to stop restricting your carbs. Carb the fuck up. Because I feel like people don't understand that carbs is what your body runs on. Your body runs on glucose, and of course if you restrict your body from carbs, it's going to find the energy somewhere else. The preferred source of energy for your body is carbohydrates. Of course, if you starve yourself from carbs, it'll get it from the protein and the fats, but then that's so much extra work for your body. Why would you put your body through that? Your body wants carbs. If you're giving your body what it wants, how could that make you fat? Carbs don't make you fat. My next thing is to be active. So many people want to lose weight, but they don't want to work for it. And you see these things like, oh yeah, join our program and you don't have to do anything. You're just going to lose weight naturally. I do think that if you start eating healthier, your body's going to start shedding off pounds. But I do think that the only way to maintain a healthy physique and a healthy lifestyle is to actually do some work. I'm not saying intensive bodybuilding and CrossFit every day, but do some cardio a couple times a week. When you wake up, run the stairs in your house, do some ab workouts. You have to exercise. You can't just be a couch potato. If you're trying to lose weight, do a lot of the cardio rather than actually going in the gym and building up muscle. Next, lay off the sodium. Salt in general is really bad for you, so I would lay off salt. And that, coming from me, you're probably like, what the fuck, because she always uses salt. I would lay off salt, because sodium, of course, it holds water weight, so you get on the scale and you see a higher weight than you actually are. But salt is just bad for your heart, it's just bad for your health. I would lay off the salt as much as I could. So this one's a very important one. I don't know what number I'm on. I'm probably 5, I think, but whatever. This one's very, very important. Lay off the fatty foods. I'm serious. To lose weight, you cannot consume high amounts of high-fat foods. And this is where the veganism part comes in. All animal products are very high in fat. You cannot consume animal products every day for every meal and expect yourself to lose weight without restricting your calories. I would definitely stay clear, especially of dairy. Oh my god, dairy is the most disgusting thing you could be putting in your body if you want to lose weight. Do not consume dairy if you're trying to lose weight. Don't consume it at all, because it causes osteoporosis, diabetes, obesity, and all these other problems for your body. But if you want to lose weight, you cannot consume high amounts of meat or dairy or eggs or oils or any of those fatty, greasy foods. That's just doesn't make any sense. I usually don't get more than 20 fats a day, and that's usually pushed for, the number of fats I usually eat in a day is 13 or 15, and that's enough for me. I'm not saying don't eat any fat, because I don't think that's healthy, but I think consuming a low-fat diet is the way to do if you want to lose fat. So the next thing I'm going to suggest is drink a lot of water. Keep your body hydrated. I'm not even sure how this plays into weight loss, but I just know that water should be your main drink for every meal. And also if you infuse lemon with water, it just feels like your body is just cleansing itself. I just love water. I'm so passionate about water. I wouldn't drink water bottles just because you don't always know what's in them. I honestly think that if you just put some tap water inside of a big pot and boil it in the morning, that's enough water for your whole day. Honestly, water is like my bae. So yeah, just drink water. That helps. The next one is to stay away from processed foods. I cannot say this enough. Like, stay away from them. When I think of processed foods, I just think of a monkey in the factory just like making my food, and that just grosses me out. Like, I stay away from processed foods as much as you can. Everything that you buy is probably going to be a little bit processed unless you go to like Trader Joe's or like a factory, or you go to like what are those called, flea markets? I don't know, the little things where there's like wooden stands and they have the fruits and vegetables. That's what you go to, a farmer's market. There you go, farmer's market. I'm so dumb. Get the most minimally processed foods that you can whenever you're eating. That's like my biggest advice. My next thing is to cook your own meals, and this is so important. It's so much better when you know what's getting put into your food. Make sure you know who's making your meals, and make sure you know what's going into them. Like, I know if you go to school it's hard, but like try and do meal prep and like pack your own lunches and stuff like that. I just feel like that's so much better than having someone else make food for you. My next thing is probably going to be weird for some people to hear, but like, I think that it's really good if you start your morning and like your day off with raw foods. So like in the morning, eat a big bowl of mixed fruits, or even like put them in a smoothie if you're on the go and you're going to school. But just like try and eat raw foods for the most of the day until it gets later on in the day, if that makes sense. I feel like that just helps your body like be really energized, and your body doesn't have to digest anything that's too much for it to handle, because starches can be hard for your body to digest sometimes. So me personally, I like to start off my day with some kiwis and bananas and some strawberries and stuff. And I think that that's just a really good way to start off your day. And like for lunch, vegetables, and just try and be as raw as you can. I'm not saying be a raw vegan or anything like that. I'm just saying I like to eat more raw things earlier in the day, and then when it gets to like afternoon and evening, I like to eat more like things like potatoes and pasta and rice and beans and all that stuff like that. So yeah, that's just a tip to you guys. So this one's really important. I would eat a lot of whole foods. And obviously animal products aren't really whole foods because they're chopped up pieces of rotting animals, so I wouldn't really recommend those. Whole foods are things like whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta, brown rice, like beans and potatoes are whole foods and stuff like that. So like, of course brown rice and whole wheat pasta are more expensive, but when you can get them, I would eat them because they're just healthier for your body. Eating a whole foods plant-based diet is just like, you don't have to restrict your calories when you're eating things that are so good for your body. Your body gets full when it gets full, and you can eat until you're full. I'm not saying like eat 20,000 calories a day like just for no fucking reason. What I'm saying is like eat till your body gets full and you feel like nourished. You can't be like, oh man, I wish I could have another bite of that hamburger, but I'm not going to because I'm at my calorie limit for this meal. That's unhealthy. But when you're eating like whole wheat pasta, or even just like regular pasta and like rice and potatoes, especially potatoes, I love potatoes, and like sweet potatoes and stuff like that, you don't have to say, well, I can't eat the rest of this potato because I'm at my calorie limit. No, you eat as much as you eat until you feel full. Next thing I'm going to say is keep your body nourished so you don't have cravings. And that probably sounds like, oh my god, well, you're always gonna have cravings. Honestly, no. Like, you're literally not. Like, especially if you're giving your body enough sugar and like enough like fruits and stuff like that, you really don't have cravings. Like, whenever I was a vegetarian or whatever, and like I was trying to lose weight, I always was craving like these like disgusting like pastries. But now that I'm a vegan and I'm eating pretty raw in the morning, like eating a lot of fruits and stuff, like I don't do that anymore because I don't crave those things because I'm already nourished. Like, my body's getting enough sugar, so I'm not like, oh my god, like I wish I could have a cinnamon roll right now. Like, that actually disgusts me right now. Like, and if anyone knows me, they're like, what the fuck, like you love cinnamon rolls. And yeah, I fucking do, but like I don't want that in my body because I'm already nourished. My body craves like potatoes baked in the oven, and like it craves like pasta, and like your cravings start changing. Like, once you start eating healthier, your cravings start leaning towards things like pasta and rice and like all these beautiful things that come from the earth rather than like a dead carcass, you know? You don't have cravings if you start nourishing your body. Okay, this one, when it comes to weighing yourself, don't weigh yourself every day because that's just so harmful, because your body literally fluctuates like 4 pounds like all the time, because that's your water weight is kind of like releasing itself. So every 7 to 9 days in the morning when you wake up after you pee. Last thing I want to say is be patient, because like honestly nothing happens overnight. Like, you have to be patient. Like, when it comes to eating long-term healthily, it's not like these fad diets that make you starve yourself and like lose all this weight 100% fast. Like, it doesn't happen like that. You have to be patient. Like, you're not gonna see results right after you go vegan. Like, but once you start putting the whole foods in your body, you feel it. Like, you feel it working. Like, you feel happier, you feel healthier, you feel it working. So like, that's not something you have to like be patient for, because it happens almost immediately. And that probably was like all over the place, but like what I'm saying is just be patient, because it's not something that happens overnight. Like, you have to be patient with it. I think that that's all that I had to say. I probably should have written it down, but you know me, I'm a spontaneous person. Hey, but I'm going to talk about my journey a little bit. So March 16th, I was 122 pounds. My bust was 34 inches. My waist was 26.5 inches. My inner thigh was 21 inches, and my hip was 33 inches. So I'm 114 pounds now, and that's like math. That's like 8 pounds, I think. If I'm wrong, please don't make fun of me, because I'm just so dumb. My bust is 32 inches. My waist is 24.5 inches. My inner thigh is 20 inches, and my hip is 32 inches. And that's like within a month. And I know that's really drastic or whatever, but like, honestly, I really saw my whole body turn around, like do a complete 180 ever since I went vegan. So right now I'm just gonna show some pictures of my before. I didn't really take my pictures before because I was so ashamed of my body. Like, I was so disgusted with myself, because I have body image issues. Like, I had an eating disorder for like 6 years. Like, I had so much stuff going on with my life, so I was like, I didn't want to take pictures because I felt so gross. But the ones I do have, I'll try and put on the video. Yeah, I'm just gonna put those pictures up, and hopefully they're inspiration for you guys. And thank you so much for watching this video, and have an awesome carved up day.
Don't when my love, that heart is so cold.